But no. Hello, everyone. Actually, I think I'm going to create a card this afternoon. Just roll on Facebook. Trying to find it. I realized how annoying the sounds are that I make while I teach, so I'm going to try and... Because I had to have an AirPod in the last class.
Oh, it's terrible.
Because
your own voice.
Or else we got an echo on the video because we had two phones with mics. So I had to have AirPods in, well, at least one, and I had one in, and it was killer. Like, I don't know if I could do it again.
Listening to your own voice is
unnerving. It was an hour of me. Yeah, so I sounded like I was cutting my sentences short because I'd start a sentence and I'd start hearing myself like, oh, okay. And then it was interesting. But yeah. Oh, hello, Mel, Bronny, Chloe, Sandy, and Dee. Like, don't get me wrong, I think the perspective was better for you guys. Well, that's crammed. But, yeah. Definitely not volunteering to do that again. So we've just got... Oh, we give the AirPod to Dad. Either one. I feel like giving the AirPod to Dad might be an excellent thing. So this was the class that we did just a moment ago. The best friend color cuts are now up, just as a heads up. So I know Mum was working to get them up after class, and they're now officially up. So we're going to make a card out of a beautiful companion page and a piece of vellum. Because we've got, and a piece of white, I think, with maybe a chipboard. We've got a few chipboard tiles. I want to use this one because we do have this I Love You, and this we've got holiday memories. That's a bit long. I also think that'd be better off on a page, holiday memories. But I do like this love because it could be applied to anniversaries, and I feel like this peach whimsy is very much anniversary colours. Don't get me wrong, I've never been married before. I've only ever had one anniversary in my life. Yeah, so completely from a singleton here. But I could ask Dad. He is, you know, a bit of a veteran at the anniversaries.
Oh, I forget them all the time. I'm very good at anniversaries. It's perfect all the time. That's why your mum's ever so cheery every time we, go out to dinner, and I'm the perfect location.
Laura and Jeanette and Di, Deborah and Desley and Heather. Right, so let's get going. So we're gonna make a tall and skinny card. So we're gonna go.
Like running to Woolworths and right home to get flowers.
We're gonna cut our card base to an 8x8 and then fold it in half. You're really selling yourself as the perfect gentleman, though.
Right. Yeah. Winner, chicken dinner.
I bet that's what Mum's feeling like when she gets those 5 seconds. Right, and then we're going to come in and score it at the 4-inch mark and fold him in half. Now, the real question is, are we going to go for portrait or landscape? These are the important questions of life. And I still had blue paint on my finger that just came off. It's going to end up exactly like last class. I got orange paint all over the yellow wood I was using, which didn't match best friends at all. So I covered up with modelling paste, and it came through the modelling paste because it was actually distressing, which I did not realise. And then, yeah. If you want to see me try and handle a paint mistake, watch last class. Reckon portrait, Deborah? Maybe. Or we could do the I Love You and have it down the bottom here. And then we can have a little birdie sitting on top of it. We can have our little birdie, sitting. So that sits like that. Oh, how cute will that be? I do have this piece of vellum. I have no idea why. I don't think I'm actually going to use it. So let's come in though and use our companion page. This one here is the one that ends in the 2 zeros. So we're just gonna, let's first cut off the border piece, or else that's going to confuse me. Cut off the border piece, and we're going to cut it at the 3 3/4 inch mark. Now this is the shorter one of the two that we're cutting, but I'm cutting it because I still am able to measure it from both sides here, which means when you're using like a big guillotine, the smaller the measurement, the more likely you are to get it crooked. So by having a bit more paper to work with so that I can see both ends of the guillotine, which you guys can't see, I just realized, because it's hanging off the desk, because we've got like this chipboard pile here that's movable. It helps. And then let's come in, and I think I want this as my top, so I'm just going to kind of move that white border again. I might cut off an accidental mill on the pattern, but not a problem. And let's cut that to 7 3/4 inches. So we have, oh, look at that.
You know, if you accidentally put an A into the word best, they become the beast friends.
Right, that there are moments when yeah.
You wonder where I'm thinking.
Don't have to wonder. I'm looking at you. Does that make sense? Right. Let me just come in and cut my spare piece of white to 7 3/4 inches. And we're going to cut it to about 3 inches, and then we're going to tear 1/2 inch off each side. So it'll be about 2 inches wide. The reason for this is we're going to have a nice torn coming down here at 2 inches wide, and then I think we might have a piece of vellum over that white bit so it's completely opaque and very bright. So we're just going to come in, and I'm cutting off that top border again, off that piece of vellum. I'm a little bit particular when I come to using things apart from fussy cuts. If my fussy cuts have a white border or the colour cuts, that is fine. No qualm there. So then we're going to cut this again at 3 inch mark first, so then we get it nice and straight. We've got that solid line to go off of on our guillotines, our paper guillotines, and then do our next measurement at 7 3/4. It's quite simple. So once you've done one measurement, we can kind of done them all for this card, which is nice. Ready? See, we might not even rip it yet. Might not. So look at that there. Actually, we might. It's a bit wide. We're going to rip it, but we'll get that done in a second. And then so we've got him. Remove that one. Put him down there. Let's grab out our creative roll. Oh, hello, Paina. So we want a tear on both sides. We're just actually going to come in. We're going to do our first tear. You want it so then you're quite comfortable tearing it. So that's about, that's dead on 1/4 inch. I should eyeball things more often. Just tear off 1/4 inch on both pieces, or about. If this is 1/4 inch as well, I'm calling it. Oh my gosh. Bunny Miracle Worker. And then we're gonna spin our ruler around, and because we've done the same on both of them, miracle wise, I'm just gonna line up my back edge onto the very edge of my other torn side and then come and tear the other one. And it will be then the same thickness as my creative ruler. Yep. What do you gain from being able to eyeball something? I don't know, but I feel pretty good right now. Oh, look at that. So we did tear them, and they're both a little bit different, both pieces, but the point is that vellum now is nice and bright. Because if we just set the vellum down, I feel like the print loses a little bit of it, and I feel like it needs to cover the whole thing. That's just me on this piece. I'm just one of those people that likes, you know, a continuous pattern. And then that's okay, Karen. So look at that. Nice, 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 nice. And then where's our I love you? Look, Dad, I'm making you your anniversary card right now.
Sure.
We could also, you could switch it into a portrait mode, but you'd have to have done the vellum differently because our birdies are now sideways. But I don't mind that portrait. But we'll go, I mean landscape, but we'll go portrait because that's what you guys suggest. And I'm okay with that. I'm pretty free flowing in my classes. And then, well, apart from last one with the orange disaster, that was just, yep. Trying to come back from that. Not fun. And then, so we've got one birdie there. And do you think we might need some flowers or not? Or do we go for the other bird? We have two bird options. So this is bird option 1. Hello, Raquel and Marie. This could work for it could work for a teenager. Oh, sorry, Mel. I didn't see your comment over on YouTube. Landscape. This could easily become a landscape card. I'm not gonna lie. Like, so this is what it looks like portrait-wise. But if you wanted to do it landscape when you get your kit, you flip it this way, for example. Move it a bit. I would put the piece of white and vellum down a little bit further, since it's close to the edge, and then put the I love you here, and then you could put your little bird, or you put your I love you here, your little birdie, or with the big birdie. What do you think, big bird? I don't mind that, but I would definitely put the vellum the other way. It does give you, and by ripping it as well, it just adds a little bit extra to it, because the two pieces of paper are different then, so not bad. So we got the I love you there. Now, these are the questions we have to ask. Big bird or little bird? Big or little, or both? And have them so then they're looking at each other. Oh, look at that. That might be cute. Mom, Dad. Okay, that could be cute having both. Let's see. And now we also need to paint our title as well. We could do it. I was going to say yellow, but there's nothing yellow on the card, so that would be, it would be different, but I don't think it would work. We could do a nice green to match our leaves. The green would match our leaves. We could do a bit of mint, or yes, gauze would work well as well. Good point. Let's go about some gauze. We've got this. Look at that. We've got some gauze. I don't know if that's going to be enough gauze. Hold up. Let's just grab a bigger pile. There we go. But yes. Anyone got any decisions on the bird or copper? Oh, we could do copper too, couldn't we? I think copper might blend into the background though. Like, I think you're right with copper. Let's go with copper. And then, how are we feeling about the birds? Anyone got any quick suggestions about the birds? If they want one, two, one or both, or which one they want? I know some of you aren't really that big into using birds on your projects. Completely understand. The big one. Okay, big bird it is. I cover the same sort of thing with stamps that are eyes. It freaks me out a little. So I do get if you don't want to put a bird on your project. And let's come in with our copper metallic. And we're going to paint the I love you because it has cooled right down. And this is going to take a little bit longer to dry than the usual it does in our classes. And that's because it is still currently raining on and off. So hopefully this is the end of, oh my gosh, it's hot weather. Oh my gosh, it's humid weather. But I'm not holding my breath on it. And then, so let's set them up there. Put one up that side. Grab this. So we're just going to go over the maintenance of these chubby brushes. So I've just tapped it on the bottom of our water jar like you would do if you're painting. And as you can see, it's removed most of that paint. And then you just come in and you dab it on a piece of cloth. We're using the nappy that Mum continually uses. And then just come in then and lay it flat like that to dry. I'm going to put it up on the frame. You guys won't be able to see it, but it's purely just so then I don't run into it or anything like that while teaching. Right. But yeah, those ones have very simple maintenance. The chubby brushes, I do like them as well. They add like a very nice texture to our chipboard when you paint it. Oh, sorry, that was a bit of a loud bang. But yeah. It is very nice colours in this companion page. That's good, Marie. Yeah, we were hoping to get wash and dry, but every time it's just about dry, it rains again. So we're probably due in the next, I don't know, 20 minutes for another shower, you'd say, Dad?
Yeah.
See, my father is real impressed.
It's not very long away. I'm in between showers of rain. I've got to go and change the tire on the Suzuki.
Well, I would definitely go now.
Okay.
Are you going to have Noah, your mechanic friend? Alright. You used to make us older two kids change our tyres.
Yeah. Look what that got me with you.
What is that supposed to mean?
Where's that wheel brace?
In my room.
Yeah. No more needs to be said.
I'm going to put it in my car next week.
You've been saying that for like 2 years.
So, for any of you who don't know, I got a flat tyre. Well, my tyre
Yes, it's raining.
burst. It's raining. Oops. Misjudged that 20-minute break in the rain. Burst while I was in Brisbane. About 3 months before I came home. Anyway, it was nighttime. I managed to make it to a servo. And I couldn't change the tyre myself because I didn't have the correct wheel brace. And then so my parents were coming down for my graduation ceremony and they brought the right wheelbase brace for
Your
me.
mags has to have a socket, not a wheel brace.
Well, it has to have a socket, not a wheel brace, sorry. Bought the right tool for me. So then if it ever happened again, I'd have the tool. I just never put it in my car. And when I came home, I packed it in my toiletries. And then it's currently in my room. So, 2 years ago, it's gonna make it to my car eventually.
Yeah, the next time you get a flat tire and you ring Dad and say, Dad, you know that wheel brace?
So yeah, as you can tell, he's really impressed. The other day I was doing some art projects with Lex and told her to get paintbrushes. Turns out she hadn't washed them. Oh, dearie me. Yeah, it's a bit of a common problem. Paintbrush maintenance. I don't know. I did not value my paintbrushes properly until I went to university. I'll fully admit that every 2 months I still destroyed a paintbrush while I was at high school. When I went to uni, though, that definitely changed a lot. And I started to protect my paintbrushes a bit more. I also think it's because I fell in love with one of the paintbrushes I had. So, you know, it is what it is. Blowing a gale, does, like, goodness me. Oh, Diane. I'm glad that the weather is turning around for some people. I know other people are currently experiencing, like, a lot of heat right now, but yeah. It's Australia. It's always good. And so hopefully she did learn her lesson, Chloe. Hopefully. Right, so we're just going to come in now. Let's tape down our white piece. We're just taping down what we've got ready to go while we wait for the copper bit to dry a little bit more, because he's currently not dry at all. And what we might actually do is we might come and put some gauze along the edges. So we're going to come in and de-thread some of these edges here. There we go. And then come in and put a little bit of it over this side as well. Just getting that gauze. So then it goes the furthest. And then let's just come in now and put a little bit of tape down on top of that gauze. Let's see, I won't go this way just because there's a bit more gauze over this side. Right, there we go. And then my gauze is on there. Look at that. I think it adds another layer to it, definitely. As you can see. And then if we come in, let's just decide where we're going to put the bird. I think it's going to be about here. And then I definitely want that tail to be as much as possible in the card. This tail bit here is what I'm playing with. I'm actually going to stick my bird down first with tape, and then go and flip over my vellum and put tape exactly where my bird is. This is so then I get the least amount of glue showing from in my vellum, And it just means then that I can have it so then it looks like it's completely floating on the card. So I'm just going to come in now. Just stick down that. And there. And that. And pull that one. Okay. And then put that piece down. And I'm just going to put a little doublet of glue in each of the corners. It's not going to be too big, and it's going to dry clear. It's going to be really nice. And by having it as a little doublet, it should mean that it doesn't wrinkle the vellum up too much, and having it right on that edge there as well should keep it nice and taut. So like just a little bit of doublet, like as you can see, you can't really see where that glue was put, which is nice. It's a good sign. And we'll get a little bit wrinkled in those spots, but like it's only the little corners, and it means that the vellum's just going to stay down as well, which is really important. And then if we come in now, and I think if we actually chippy strip our title, because this chipboard title is chippy strippable, what I believe. Maybe if we grab the thinner ones. So we come in and do a big one for the heart. And then so daisies. Do a thin. Do a thin. And do a thin. And there it is. And then we want I'm just dabbing my chippy strips in the glue that I've put on the letter I, because I am heavy-handed, so I do use too much glue a lot in my projects. I fully admit to it too. Having glue spills is quite common, so I try to avoid it by actually coming in and using the glue that I put down on multiple bits. It does mean that I end up with glue on my fingers a lot more, but I do prefer it rather than having like a Titanic on my project. Because, yeah, they are what I call not fun. And then I think about that. Let's come and stick down. Hold your finger down to it. There we go. I think I might have to stick some glue underneath that tab, but I've already done that. It just needs to have a bit of force added to it. There we go. And now I might come and do is if I grab, I think the blue maybe, or I think navy would look nice. Just look at that there. That there is so far our card. I do like it. It would be a nice card to give to someone that you care about. You've got enough room inside as well because it's a portrait one. You can write kind of like a nice poem or print a nice poem out and put it in. I think I'm just going to come in now. And outline the border. And there you go. A little nice. I know, it is like a nice quick card. Oh my gosh, it was only half an hour. Look how good it is. I like the page. I like the card. Oh, not the page, the card. It's quite good and it stands well when you actually put out the back of it. And yeah, so that's our card this afternoon. We will be back at 5 with Mum teaching a something, and then at 7 with Mum teaching again. But thank you all for coming. This is my last class for the Super Weekend. So I will be scribing in tonight. I don't know if I'll be scribing this afternoon. I've got a bit of stuff to do. Yeah, lots of stuff happens on a Sunday to make sure our week is very successful in our family. I do my job on Sundays is, well, normally what happens is I go for a swim, and then I fold clothes until lunch, and then after lunch I get all the kids' school uniforms organised and their socks. So then everyone's got socks, school uniforms, work clothes, all of that jazz, and then I go in and I plan our social media, like the reels and stories we do, and make a couple of those up, the more important ones that are going to take a bit longer, that I won't have time to do in the week. And then I go and create and have a bit of fun after a walk and eat dinner. But yeah, so still a few things left to go, obviously, because this Sunday's a bit different on just making sure that the kids have got uniforms. Because we don't want to get to tomorrow and then not to have uniforms. So that's me this afternoon. But thank you all for coming. A bit too much info there. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this class. And we look forward to seeing you for the rest of our Super Weekend. Friends forever. So have a great afternoon. Bye.